How to use your book list. You're watching a series of videos on how to manage your account. One of the most frequently asked questions here at the Livingston Public Library. If you're searching the Buckles catalog and find something interesting, but you're not quite ready to borrow nor request it, you can in a way save that title before moving on to search more titles. To do this, you can take advantage of a Buckles feature using work lists and save lists. So there are two ways to save the items you're interested in. Let's walk through each one. The first way is to save the title through a working list. This is a temporary list and can be done without logging into your account. You can also choose to use a working list when logged in. Just keep in mind that working lists will get deleted once you exit Buckles or close that browser or stay inactive for too long. The second way of saving titles is by using saved lists. Saved lists are tied to your account, so you have to be logged in to use saved lists. You can have many saved lists and created and named however you'd like for the groupings you'd like to make. Save lists retain the titles you add in there until you remove them from that particular saved list. Let's go through some examples on using a working list. Let's say you clicked on a title that looks interesting. Note this column here, and you can choose Add to my list without logging in, which is the case here, and the item will be automatically be saved in a working list. That title will appear in this temporary list under this column. If you change your mind, you can remove the title from your list using this link here. And you can keep adding more titles to this list while you are browsing and looking for more items. So now we have 4 titles in our temporary list. Show List Details will open your working list, and you can view a ton of details from this list you built. There are filters you can use to tailor the information you are viewing. You can delete items from this list. You can provide yourself a copy of this working list at this point. If you choose to print or email this list, you'll be prompted for more information. Then just click on the appropriate action button. If you would like to place a hold request for any of these items, you will need to exit this list detail screen to get the proper catalog links, and you will need to log in. Once logged in, click on the title from your working list in this column to pull up the corresponding catalog entry and do what you need to do from there. Place a request or look up more information or remove this title from the list. On the other hand, if you prefer to just save the title and revisit it a few hours later or at another time, whenever that may be, you would need to use saved title lists. Now that we are currently logged in, we can use this other kind of list. So let's go through some examples on saving titles from our working list into a saved list, like this title here or this title. Click on Add to List, and notice that if you're logged in, you will still be given the option to save any title to a working list. But we want a saved list, and currently we have none yet, so we need to create a new list. You can create a new saved title list from this link or from this link. Either way, you will get a prompt to confirm your intention. And when you are using saved lists for the first time in your Buckles account, agree to that and you will be prompted to create a name for your saved title list. Enter one, say for a friend's recommendations. Apostrophes are not allowed. So then create list. You now have a saved title list here, which still has 0 entries at this point. So from your working list, select a title via these check boxes, then scroll all the way down until you see some action buttons. Oops, we forgot to choose the first one. Only this then. Select a list to save this title to, and here's what we just created, and choose an action button. Let's do a move selected to the chosen saved list. And there it is. The title we eventually selected has been saved into this saved title list and has been moved from the working list. So if we logged out, then log back in, our previous working list and all the titles that were in there have disappeared. All that is retained is our saved title list, and that one title we chose to save into our account. Open the saved list and it will show you all the titles in there and will show familiar information and action buttons. From here you can choose to delete this list, create new saved title lists, work with an existing saved title list, or work again with a temporary working list. In this instance, it is now empty because we logged out without copying, moving, saving the rest that were previously in there. So to summarize, using the Buckle's My List feature, you can save titles you find while browsing into a temporary working list, or you can log in and save these titles into a saved title list tied to your account. You won't be able to place a request within the Info View Only Title List Details screen. Instead, use the links for the titles in this column area under My List to pull the appropriate catalog entry. Make sure you're logged in, then complete the Place Request transaction. And so here we go. I hope you can see how My Lists and working lists make browsing so much easier. And this concludes our video on how to use your book lists. Thank you for watching. My name is Janea, and see you at the next tutorial.